Hello there. I hope my microphone's working. So today I'm gonna do another Blender tutorial. Today we're gonna be making Venus. So yeah. This is kind of just I don't know. It's kind of decided to do this. So first thing you're gonna do, obviously Venus is a planet, so we're gonna add a sphere, right? And so if you just hit Control 3, you can smooth it out, give it the subsurf modifier instantly. And also you want to right click and hit shade smooth. It just makes it look nicer, because shade flat you can see all those faces. Shade smooth you don't see it. Alright. Now you save it as something creative. Find a place for it, like your desktop, which is already a mess, and you name it something creative, like this. And yeah, so you save here your thing, right? So this is Venus, beautiful, right? Obviously, if we stop using the German keyboard, if we go into rendered view, you can see that it's quite dull looking. So first of all, we gotta make it look like space. So to do that, you're gonna choose the background color to black. Now it's like space. That was pretty easy. All right. And so now what you want to do is you want to head over to your material settings, grab the pre-existing material just to keep things clean. I'm gonna rename it to Venus. Actually, no, more specific. I'm gonna call it Surface, because this is the surface of the planet. Now we need, for the base color, an image texture, and the image texture is going to be a map of Venus. I'm going to include one to download in the description. So yeah, but I'm just going to grab oh man, I'm gonna put the one that I used in there. I'm not exactly sure which one what is this crap? I think I drew that. I thought it would be cool. It just looks stupid. No, those are clouds. That's not right. This one. Alright, yeah. So get V colors, right? You want to get the one that says colors, not clouds, right? So yeah, this is a little bit better looking, but it still looks stupid. And that is because if we actually look in Space Engine here, this is really a waste of time. But if you look in a thing like Space Engine, and if you that's convenient. If you were to look at a planet like Venus, at the surface, you can see it's very dully colored. The thing I have here in Blender is not quite like that, so we need to make it like that. So head over to the shader editor, and we can start editing the surface. So I'm going to add a color ramp to put the thing through. So now this color ramp, I'm going to make it have like kind of like a dull, like pinkish color, and then that's not pink at all, but like that, and then something more like that. I don't know. Might take some experimenting. Might look stupid. Who knows? I want to change up the saturation, make it a little better looking. Kind of like some weird, kind of potato-y colors. I don't know. Right? Honestly, this is all up to you. You don't even have to do this, to be honest. But yeah. Now, next thing you want to do is actually I'll turn up the roughness, because Venus is a planet and planets don't tend to be shiny. And now plug the color into the emission. This is just for cinematic effect, to make it look pretty when we're done. Then duplicate the color ramp, put it through that, and make it black and white again. Actually, put it in the emission strength here, and then make the emission like a bright kind of yellowy color, right? So like lava. Alright, because Venus is covered in rivers of lava. And so, if we can isolate these rivers, as you can see, you can get some neat little lava looking things. Of course, you can hear my brother in the background being extremely loud and annoying, but whatever. So yeah, so now you got some interesting lava. You can kind of tweak that. If you tweak the brightness, you can kind of change the brightness of the lava. Brandon, can you shut up? Thanks. And you can, yeah, and so that's great. I think this would be decent amount of lava, right? Just adds a bit of creativity to that. Alright, makes it look a little better. But honestly, Venus has a very thick atmosphere and also some clouds. You cannot see the surface, so let's fix that. Duplicate the sphere, scale it up just a tiny bit, and name it clouds. Alright, now you can actually duplicate the material by clicking this little 3 here, and you can call it clouds. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then all you gotta do is just delete. Actually, no, you can actually plug this into the alpha here, this color ramp down here, right? And that'll change the opacity. You're gonna have to switch to cycles. I mean, you could do this in Eevee or cycles. Actually, I'm gonna do it in Eevee just to prove a point how cool this is. All right. No emission though. Make it black. And we're going to grab our Venus clouds color thingy here. That's the wrong one. The Venus clouds. All right. Just for that, right? Now in Eevee, also just check bloom just because it's better. Right, I'm getting way off track. Deletes this color ramp here. That's also kind of in the way. But that okay. There we go. And so you can see the clouds, but the alpha thing isn't working. That's because we're in Eevee. And Eevee kind of sucks because it's got some weird bits here. But I mean, it's great in your engine. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of sucks sometimes. And that is because we're not using cycles. Actually, we do need to do this in cycles. I just realized because there's a node, that node setup that does not work in anything but cycles. So yeah, because there's volumetrics involved in this too, so it might kill your computer. But yeah, as you can see with these clouds now, it looks a lot better. But still, it looks terrible. First thing you can do for that is scale the clouds down. And that'll just make it look a little nicer. But also, we need to give it some atmosphere. Now, you might think, oh, I already know how to do an atmosphere. I watched the tutorial. It's great. No, you don't. Alright, I got something really cool that actually does it realistically that will kill your computer. But, I mean, otherwise, you can do it one way. So, I'm going to show you both ways. Alright? So, one way to do it, pretty simple. You just get, like, a nice bright color as the color here, and then you grab a layer weight node. This works, and it's great. You can plug facing into the color ramp and have that go through the alpha, and then you can tweak all these settings, and it'll look pretty good. It can look pretty good, right? And that's great, right? You just gotta like kind of tweak everything, but yeah. But you know what it isn't? It's not realistic, and so that just sucks, and that's the wrong thing. Or no, it is the right thing. Oh great, I accidentally edited the clouds material. But anyways, that's kind of boring, right? So yeah, okay. You want to make sure you duplicate your material and call it atmosphere real quick. So yeah, yeah. But what I would do is a bit more complex, but in the long run, it looks a lot better. So I made 2 group nodes. I'm not gonna put them in the description, but I am going to show you what they're made of. So I have atmosphere base here and atmosphere output. So let's take a look at atmosphere output. It's been a while since I've actually taken a look inside of these, so I'm a bit terrible at this. So as you can see, this is what it looks like, right? So yeah, you can see it's got a group input node, right? Well, it's a group node, so all you need to do is add a volume scatter node. This is a real node. It's a volumetric thing, and it's really awesome. And then you just get a multiply node, pretty simple, and you plug the value into the density, and then you get your group input once you group these 2 nodes together, and you need to plug in density fall off to value, like make these inputs in the group settings kind of. Density fall off is one value, the first value, and then density is the second value, and then you plug the final value into density here, and you take your color fall off and plug that into volume scatter. Now you can plug this volumetric output into your volume, and as you see, you have some volume, but it looks terrible. So now you need the atmosphere base node, which we'll just say it's a bit of a mess. But I'm not even sure how this works. I just got this off the internet somewhere. So I mean, great job whoever made this. Like, it's really great. I don't know if I should credit you or anything. I mean, if I should, just like just put your name in the comments. I'll give you credit in the next video or something. I don't know. So yeah, here's the nodes. Just look at them. I mean, take a screenshot. I'm sorry. I mean, like, this is a lot to explain. I guess I'll explain it, right? You plug, you get a geometry node, plug position to a vector transform, then you separate this vector into x, y, z, and you multiply x by itself, y by itself, and z by itself. You add x and y together, and then add node, and then you add this result with z together. So basically, you add them all together, and then that is what you put through your color and density fall off. And then yeah, so that's how you get those nodes, right? And yeah, if this is confusing you, this group node stuff, you might want to watch a simpler tutorial, because this is an advanced tutorial, right? So now what you want to do is grab a couple color lamps too, and plug density fall off and density fall off and color fall off into color fall off. I have these swapped and it makes me so annoyed, but I can't be bothered to go into the file and change it. So yeah, so I'm gonna plug these color lamps in, and so yeah, here they are. And so it still looks the same. That's because we get to customize it now. So for our color fall off, which is this top one here, because it's like plugging color fall off, right? You just need to make it like a nice bright color here, and then choose the color of your atmosphere, yellow, kind of orangey in my case because it's Venus, and you can do whatever. So yeah, that looks a little odd, but yeah, the atmosphere of Venus is pretty big too, so I mean, we can scale it up a little. That's gonna look a little ugly, and yeah, it does, but whatever, that's because you need to do some stuff with a color ramp here. You want to change the density fall off. This is gonna kind of change how the edge looks. This is gonna have it so it can fade off into space, right? And that'll give you that nice little effect. Now look done with overlays on, but if you turn those off, you'll realize, yeah, it looks like it fades out into space. Looks a lot nicer, right? So that always helps. And then really you just want to tweak this a bit. And yeah, just do it to your liking. B-spline might be a little easier to work with for some of you. I kind of like it too. And yeah, really you just tweak this until it looks pretty cool, and I mean, whatever looks good to you, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can, I think if you multiply the value here a bit, it might look better. Yeah. And the density of Venus's atmosphere is pretty thick, so maybe 60, would that look good? Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay, so 60, right? But the higher it is, really, the harder it is to render, so I'm just gonna set it back to 30 because it looks pretty much the same. So yeah, so yeah, there you go. That's how you make Venus. Now for some post-processing tricks, I mean, like, you could just rotate crap around. I mean, maybe put this lava kind of so that it's in the bottom corner a bit here. Looks a little better, I guess. I mean, just kind of like that. Just make it so like the lava kind of, I don't know, it might look nice. Maybe show a bit more of the dark side in the camera view. By the way, you can hit Control Alt Numpad 0 if you didn't know, to put the camera view to your view. It's pretty nice if you have a numpad. But yeah. So there's a neat looking thing. You can tweak the lava color, might help. Like if you wanted it to be blue lava, I mean, it's totally up to you. It's artistic liberty. I mean, that might look cool, leave it in a show or something. It looks stupid, I don't know. It's up to you. You can make it white lava if you really want it to be like bright or something, I don't know. If you want the lava to be a little brighter, you can actually multiply it over here. Sorry, math. You can multiply it with a math thing. Multiply it by a lot or a little. I think this is the wrong thing though. No, that's the surface thing. Or I'm just stupid. Oh wait, no, I'm adding. Okay. I want to multiply. Yeah, you can multiply it by a lot, make the lava really bright and nothing else. That can look kind of cool. So yeah, it's really up to you. So I'm gonna set it to like 2, I think. Looks pretty good. And now for the final render. This is gonna take a while, but yeah. So I will be right back. So I mean, it's not the final render. We're gonna do some compositing and then re-render it. But yeah, that's just a little correction. Be right back. So I mean, I guess the only cost of doing really cool stuff in Blender is if your computer's a potato like mine, it's gonna be a while before it renders. I'm still proud of my computer though. I mean, it's not as potatoey as it used to be. But yeah, I mean, like it takes a while to render. It's still rendering. Like, it's been 9 minutes, 10 minutes now. I mean, like, and I'm just bored. But yeah, also, I don't know if I already said it, but like this lava, you wouldn't see it through the atmosphere of Venus, by the way. That's how thick it is. Here's a quick fun fact about Venus. You can like nearly safely land on Venus without a parachute. Like there was a Russian probe or something, the Venera 7. Its parachute, it melted mid-flight, like the cords. That was expected, but like then it snapped, and that wasn't really expected. And so it fell, and it crashed, and they thought it lost signal, but then they realized that it didn't crash. It just fell over, and it had like minor damages, and it was still transmitting stuff, but it just fell over, so it was transmitting really weakly because it wasn't directly pointed at Earth. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty epic probe right there. So yeah, it's Venera 7. You should look at it. I think it's Venera 7. Yeah, it's one of the Veneras. I'm pretty sure it's Venera 7 though. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And so as you can see, here's Venus. Sorry for the sniffling. I have allergies. It's like summer. But yeah. Lava. Alright, see ya. Alright, so here's our final render. Not final render. We gotta do compositing. But this is our render. Save it, just in case. Just in case you sneeze and your computer explodes, or maybe we get hit with a gamma ray burst and you lose all your work. Jesus Christ, sorry. Oh, sneezing now. Alright. Hold up. Okay, yeah, back to what I was doing. So save it as literally anything in pictures, whatever. Save it as, Venus, whatever the heck. I don't know. You can save it however you want. Depends on how you organize your files. I don't organize my files, believe it or not. Yeah, look at me. I don't organize my files. I suck at it. Alright. Time for compositing. This is gonna make your pretty good render turn into a pretty great render, right? So let's go to the compositing tab, and we're gonna hit use nodes. So here's my compositing tips, right? Get node wrangler first of all, and then control shift click on your render layer so that you can see it, and just hit V to zoom out so you can see the whole planet. Ooh, the whole world. Okay, it's not funny. Alright, so yeah, now you wanna add a glare node, because sadly Cycles doesn't have bloom like Eevee does, which is kind of sad, but whatever. I guess it makes sense. So yeah, it's not showing. Why is it not showing? It's because it's terrible. You gotta turn the threshold down. Alright, you gotta allow for greatness until the greatness becomes overwhelming and disgusting. And then you'll realize that you have it set to streaks. And streaks is just stupid. It looks stupid. It smells stupid. It's just weird. I don't know. Do fog glow. It's kind of cool. Turn the threshold down so that you can get it all over the place. And there you go. Now your lava's blooming. Right? Set the quality to high. It's okay to have a freaking good render, right? Set it to high. Right? Turn the mix up, maybe. Makes it less image, more glare. I don't know. It's up to you. You can do some other messing around stuff. Like you can add in the lens distortion node. This one's cool because it's got this chromatic aberration or whatever, and it's kind of fun to play with. I mean, you can like do that. I mean, honestly though, that does look pretty cool. And of course, you can add the color correction. It's kind of fun color balance. That's embarrassing. Alright, yeah, and you can change like all this stuff, I guess, and I'm not quite sure what it means, but like you change it, it changes the color of your image. I don't know, change the colors, your image will look cool, I guess. I don't know. Look at that, like, that looks kind of wacky. I mean, maybe a bit too red, that's a little too stylized. Yeah. That's actually kind of cool, isn't it? You can see more like the terrain, kind of. It looks pretty neat. If you're going for more of a red looking thing there, looks nice. Make it a little more orange. That might look good. Alright. Maybe do like this. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, now you can already see, like, here's the original image, and here's how it looks now. Like, you can see, obviously, compositing makes a difference. It can look beautiful. And, like, what can even help is just overlaying some random image from your desktop. Like, seriously. I mean, it's not really a random image. It's a picture of dirt on the lens. And you know how much this can help? Literally just get a picture of dirt on a lens. I promise. Get a alpha over, yeah, right? You gotta put it after your glare, right? Add an alpha over, right? Grab some random image of like lens dirt, right? I got it just sitting here on my desktop somewhere. Let me find it. I use this in everything. It looks beautiful, alright? Watch this. Plug it in here. And give it a second. Bam. Alright. Now that looks kind of dumb. You can turn the factor on. But still looks dumb because it's too small. Add a scale node. Like, look at that. Isn't that cool? Like, you can add a scale node. And you can make it like 2 by 2. And it'll look a lot better. And now you can just change the factor so it's not too visible. And it really adds a lot to your scene. Like, it makes it beautiful. Alright? Like, look at this. Like, this is beautiful. Like, I don't know. I love it. This is my friend. So, yeah, that's how I do cool compositing stuff in Blender. So, I mean, I hope you liked it. That's about all I have to say. I mean, we can do our final render now, but what I am going to do, since we saved this image, we can save a lot of time as well. Ooh, wait, hold up, no, render layers has a depth text too. We can really mess this up, alright? Mess this up, yeah, I think if you get like a mix RGB or something, like a mix RGB, you can do something wacky with like the depth texture. Like, yeah, if you, here, let's just do like a separate thing over here. No, I just Control-Shift click that and plug the depth texture in the factor and have like one color and then like another color or something. That looks wacky. That looks like the Japanese flag. I don't know. Never mind. That looks stupid. I don't know. I just heard about it somewhere. It seemed kind of cool, but it's not as cool as I thought. Alright. So yep, now you can have your fully composited Venus thing. It's great, it's wonderful, and what you can do here is, instead of using a render layers node, just to speed up time, you can just use an image instead, and you can use the image that you rendered, and bam. Give it a minute. Oh wait, we gotta do that. Image, bam, and, yeah. Right now that looks a little boring. I'm also just gonna plug that into composite so we actually end up rendering it. Grab your image, and then bam, you don't have to re-render it again. You just do the compositing in the separate render, and it's amazing. So grab your, where did I even export that? I think it's in pictures. Right? Yeah, call it Venus, right? Yeah! Alright, there you go. And now you got all that for like a lot easier, and you can just render that out in just seconds. And then bam, there's your fully composited Venus. It looks incredible, doesn't it? Save it in the same folder as Venus 2 or something, right? Like, you can literally just hit the plus sign there, and like, it's pretty wacky. What am I saying? But yeah, there it is in all its glory. That is how you make Venus. Thanks for watching. Good night, my children.